Hello, everyone. How are we? I trust we are well and all that. I'll just turn my television off because I'm a professional. Good evening. As you may, as you may or may not be aware, Wednesday night is quiz night in this one. There are, however, rules and conditions of entry. The rules are there must be no more than 5 in a team, although technically I don't give a shit about that this evening. Obvs. Um, and that everyone who would like to take part is to forward me £1. That is £1 per participant, which does not exist, as there are no prizes. Hello, everybody. Hello, James. Hello, Martin. Hello, Tom. Hello, Andy. Hello, Stephanie. Um, we have participants from. Oh, this is a global phenomenon. I am no, not to say that. I am a spherical phenomenon. Um, yes. So, hello, Stevie Cheese. Hello, Claire. Claire from university here. You see. Um, who I once committed a great unkindness upon. Um, um, but we'll talk about that later. So don't spoil it in the chat there, Claire. Is everybody sort of up to speed? Does anyone have any problems? Does everyone understand their answer sheet? Their answer sheet is not live currently. University. The answer sheet is not yet live, but it will go live at 8:30. So if you will refresh your page with your answer sheet on the 8:30, you will see that there are spaces into which you can write your answers and so on. But we won't be doing that for a little bit. The indicator of questioning today, so when the question is coming, is this astonishingly cheap hat, which doesn't fit, and if it did fit, wouldn't look good. It's probably got the worst build quality of any purchasable item I've ever seen. So when that hat goes on, the next question is going. Feel free to have Zooms amongst your team or whatever your preferred remote conversation thing is. The beard is astonishing, isn't it? It is, yeah, there is quite a lot of it, I'm afraid. And quite a lot of hair as well, which is a mane. I'm just happy I'm in a house because if you saw this face, you might assume that it was admittedly a well-fed vagrant. You might think it would belong to. Someone is messaging me. Who's messaging me? It's Kathy who says, "I thought didn't wear hats." Good. I'm not wearing the dungarees, Andy. I may or may not be wearing trousers. Who knows? I do. Um, yeah. So we're going to start the questions at 8:30. I have, as you may have understood from the chat, taken ownership this week of a pair of dungarees for my new hobby. I sort of want to shoot myself for doing it. And bear in mind, this is lockdown times, these difficult times, which is murder mystery weekend days, evenings, which I love. It's right up my alley normally, and I certainly wouldn't mock anyone for doing them. But yeah, and my character, who is, I presume, minor, because the only thing it says about him is that he wears dungarees and has come straight from the vineyard where he works. Yeah. Feel but Poseidon's let himself go. That's the look I'm going for. Today's non-alcoholic beverage of choice, ginger beer, which is phenomenally sweet. If anyone has had any problems with the registration or so on, please let me know um, in the chat. And the answer sheet and so on. Or on the phone or anything like that. But you know, I'm not a bloody miracle worker. So just to reiterate, your answer sheet isn't live, but you get with the link you get after registration. So you can share that with your team, but please, 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 please only fill one of them in. In fact, if you don't, you may be costing yourself marks. So, probably stay clear of that. I'm going to have a cigarette and then we'll get underway. I'm keeping an eye on your comments should there be any difficulty. There's a sort of hello, David. Dave Tabron is here, ladies and gentlemen. David Tabron. So obviously, if I had to lower the mood because Dave doesn't like getting excited or anything like that, which is why he's here. Don't forget, you're not here to have a good time. You're here to learn. Dave, abuse is sort of there's a level of abuse. So gentle playfulness is fine, especially from people I know, and can insult back, so you're fine. People who just chance upon the live stream and call me a fat bastard, not so welcome. I have to say, Lewis. Sorry, messages. I don't understand. Leo has messaged and it says, "What's the matter, Tom? You couldn't have made 6 more questions." He. Don't understand that, Leo. The other thing that Leo has done. Thanks, Laura. Hello, Chris. Hello, Laura. It's a homage to Chris Asquith, actually, the beard. Yes, I should have remembered that. We're down to reform the Kings of Leon. Oh, 63 plus 6. Yes, that's because that is the number 69, which is a rude number. And I do slightly resemble Ken Ford from The Joy of Sex at the moment, although no one has ever enjoyed it. Leo's grown a beard, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, which was described by Harry today, who's seen it, as being a bit like that belongs to Mr. Miyagi, and it maybe should have a little bell in it or something like that. He's got a lot of strengths, Leo. He's a powerful man, a persuasive man, and a voluble man. In fact, we're pretty close, aren't we, to, other than Claire Hill, to being a full house of the Swan Darts team here tonight. In fact, we could put out a team, couldn't we? Quinny, Nazzers, Tabbers, Johners, Adders, Asquas. Yeah, powerful lineup that. We're going to get underway in 1 minute. Is anyone aware of anyone who's having any difficulty or anything like that? Any of your pals? We have a sort of vaguely eye-watering number of participants here. If a large number of participants makes your eyes water, obviously, might just be the hay fever, which is terrible, by the way, today. Okay. Hello, Emma. Hello, Roger. Lovely, lovely people. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 27 teams. Ladies and gentlemen, 27. Hello, Jill stroke Tim. And possibly child. Is there a child here? Or have you learned not to involve a child? Thank you, Dave, for your inconsistent in volume advice there. Enjoyed that. Yes, Leo and Dave, lovely stuff. I'm going to start. Okay? Does anyone have any objection to me starting? Are we just enjoying the chat more? Hello, Claire. Another Claire. Claire A. Yep. Ian is still eating, ladies and gentlemen. Right. I'm going to start. Sorry. Everyone refresh their answer sheet. Okay. And it should bring up a like one that's fillable in now. Okay. Don't fill the answers in unless I tell you. Yeah, just go and hit the link again, maybe, Andy, as Steve suggests. Steve. Okay. I'll let everyone do that. If you have any problems, you've got 30 seconds to tell me, otherwise we're starting. And those seconds are started now with second number 1. So we're going to have 15 questions, and then a sort of bit of not quite guessing, but thought, then 50 more questions, then some music. So do make sure every household has an answer sheet that they can see, okay, because they'll need it for the music. And then we'll have a quick game of pointers to establish some sort of jackpot hierarchy. Excuse me. And then we'll have the results. And we should be done by about 10:15. That's a pleasure. A pleasure, Jason. Hello, Mickey. Hello, Jason. Okay. Let's go. And let's go with question number 1. Question number 1, ladies and gentlemen, is on TV. What I like to do of an evening is sit down quietly on my sofa and carve a small replica of Mount Rushmore into my eyes. However, should I not be able to find a chisel small enough, and sometimes I have to settle for watching ITV. If I'm particularly unfortunate, I might find the political editor of ITV News saying weird things in his weird voice, who presents a programme, title of which is merely his surname. Who is that man? The political editor of ITV News, formerly of the BBC, now of ITV, with a weird sounding voice. Presents a programme. Used to be blank on Sunday, and now it's just blank. The reason being it's not just on Sunday anymore. Who is that person? The questioner's hat is on, ladies and gentlemen. Question 2 is on sport and snooker. The question is, which player with a name that makes him sound like he's a bit local to York won the World Snooker Championship 3 times in 4 years, between 2014 and 2017. So a player who sounds like he might be local, but isn't. Won the World Snooker Championship 3 times in 4 years, between 2014 and 2017. Hello, Mark. I'm sorry that there were disputes. I'm very sorry. Can't do anything about that. Question 3. Sorry. Question 3 is on. I'll repeat the questions. Yes, Ross. Yeah, I will. Sorry. So I'll just go over it because there are a few issues with the stream. Namely, I started 2 of them. So I'm an idiot. Question 1 was named political editor of ITV News, presents a programme with his own name, used to work for the BBC. That's question 1. Question 2 is which player with a local sounding name won the World Snooker Championships 3 times in 4 years, between 2014 and 2017. That was questions 1 and 2. Is that okay, Mark? Come and say hello in the live chat, Mark Bywater. Okay. Question 3, ladies and gentlemen, is on Heroes of the Lockdown. And mirroring his previous efforts at the Edinburgh Festival, which comedian at the weekend performed a 24-hour gig of sorts to benefit those struggling as a result of the lockdown. Some comedians, some key workers. A comedian who, mirroring previous efforts he'd done at the Edinburgh Festival, which comedian performed a 24-hour gig to benefit those struggling as a result of the lockdown. Question 4 is on films. You name the character, but it's pretty straightforward. Cameron Fry. Oh, sorry. Cameron Fry is the best friend of, and Sloane Peterson the girlfriend of, which title character? From a seminal film of 1986. The character Cameron Fry, the best friend, and Sloane Peterson the girlfriend. Which title character? From a seminal film in its genre from 1986. Just the name of the character is fine. Hello, Mark. Hello, Leo. Thank you for enjoying the way that I was drinking. Big rate. I don't know what yoidy means. Big rate. I enjoyed that. I think that was worthwhile behaviour. Yoidy. Just don't know what yoidy means now. Leo, can you take a picture of your beard, please? Question 5 is on GCSE science. Ladies and gentlemen, GCSEs are getting too easy. We're told these days, aren't we, by people who need a half-hour phone conversation before they can switch on a computer. I imagine, therefore, every team here is going to get this right. Yeah. What does the H stand for in pH? Ladies and gentlemen, top, acidity, stroke, alkalinity, stale. pH, ladies and gentlemen, what does the H stand for in pH? The P can stand for product or power disputed. The H, however, always stands for the same thing. What is it? The H in pH. What does it stand for? Thank you, Anna, for the bookshelves comment. There's one of these every week. These bookshelves previously contained the books of my daughter, who's gone to university now, and thus um, they're empty because they haven't been filled. Look, some of the things are actually capes. There's a picture of my mum and dad there. A 11 tape history of the British Isles, a low quality card game, the Wisden Cricket Annual of 2003, and a really horrible book by Chuck. I can never say his surname. We wrote Fight Club, Find you him. And the Oxford History of the Classical World, which you should all have. Question 6, ladies and gentlemen, excitingly, is on sausages. 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 Question 6 on sausages. What's the name? The alternative name of the form of sausage, also known as square sausage or sliced sausage. Takes its name from a region of Argyll or Argyllshire, which is in Scotland. What's the name of that sausage, also known as square sausage or slice sausage? Not very clever, that. Named after a region in Argyllshire in Scotland, or Argyll in Scotland, if you prefer. Blank sausage. What fills the blank there? So not square and not slice. But it's the same stuff, but names after, a region in Argyllshire in Scotland. My wisdoms are upstairs, Tom, and they do not come out. I normally charge by appointment. This is not Billy Bear sausage, or that one that's got the clown face on it that's somehow more terrible. You don't get marked on spelling, Claire, unless your spelling is unless it annoys me, basically. So I might mark. No, I mean if I know what you mean by reading your answer sheet, then it's going to be fine. If you think your spelling is so bad that it's going to obfuscate what your intention, then maybe that's on you, not me. It is a good question for people from my gal who like sausages, and in fact, Jill, if that is you, then you are the person who I first heard refer to this by this name. And slightly embarrassingly, I thought it had that name, but with a homophone of the word, and it was some sort of reference to its flatness being like some sort of delicious meaty garden. That is true, and I stopped thinking that about 2 years ago. No, you see, I'm not strict when it comes to spelling because it's not a test of spelling; it's a test of knowledge, isn't it? If it was countdown, obviously, then But we've got one too few O's for countdown, I'm afraid. Lesson 7, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to give you now is a list of 10 things which are seemingly unconnected, but which, on closer inspection, actually have a single unifying theme. All you need to do is tell me what links these things. Some of the clues are straightforward, some of them a little bit cryptic, some of them require a large amount of lateral thinking. Write these down, and I apologise. So, what links? Stockard Channing, Mormon basketball, a Japanese camera company, the former name of what is now Buzz Bingo, although the online brand does remain. A children's comic of yesteryear featuring TV characters like Andy Pandy, the Wooden Tops, Mr. Ben, and Mary Mungo and Midge. A precious stone, which is the birthstone for November. A district of Leeds in which Ernie Wise was born, sort of west central Leeds. A forge, but for old ladies. And, for example, Boris Johnson and Piers Morgan. So I'll give you those again. What links? These 10 things, this is, meant to be a little bit cryptic. Stockard Channing. Stockard Channing held sway. One Ross. Mormon basketball. A Japanese camera company. Buzz Bingo, for the former name of it. A children's comic of yesteryear featuring characters from TV like Andy Pandy, the Wooden Tops, Mr. Ben, and Mary Mungo and Midge. That's one for you, Mark. A precious stone, which is the birthstone for November. A district of Leeds, in which Ernie Wise was born, west central Leeds. A forge from which old ladies are made. And Boris Johnson and Piers Morgan. What links those things? There's only 9 there, aren't there? Yeah, never mind. No, can I have an E, please, Bob? Dave was Blockbusters. Otherwise, countdown be really easy. Just spelling on that. I just spell countdown every time. Yeah. Come on, Dave. Better than this. Question 8, ladies and gentlemen. Gird your loins and fasten your safety belts. It's time for today's top 2-digit A road question. All you need to do is tell me which A road, 2-digit A road, that's A, followed by 2 numbers, follows the following route. Starts off upon Westminster Bridge Road. Not driving backwards at peak hour on the Edgware Road 2, Ross. Upon Westminster Bridge Road before turning almost due south and taking in the following delights. The Kennington Road must go past the Oval. Brixton Hill, Streatham Hill, Norbury, the place where Colin buys his chocolates, that's Thornton Heath. Coulsdon, along the Farthing Way, over the North Downs. Hooley, named after Miss Hooley from Ballymore. Merstham, Red Hill, where I have once woken up in a state of some disarray. Salfords, Hawley, before entering West Sussex, passing Gatwick Airport, lovely destination, steep decline after visiting. Crawley, something called Pease Pottage, which is a starter, and over the South Downs before entering Brighton, presumably from the joke censored. Which A road is that, ladies and gentlemen? Westminster Bridge Road, before going to Kennington Road, Brixton Hill, Streatham Hill, Norbury, Thornton Heath, Coulsdon, Hooley, that's North Down, Merstham, Red Hill, Salfords, Hawley, then West Sussex, Gatwick Airport, Crawley, Pease Potty, before entering Brighton. Which A road is that? Apologies if my connection has gone a bit weird. Pease Pottage Services, I like a good service station. Obviously, Tenby. No, do I mean Tenby? Yeah, Tenby and Gloucester South. Is it Gloucester South? They're owned by the same. Got the farm shops on the M6 and the M5, I think, 4 on the M4, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, so stop talking about service station. I could do that all day. Mark knows the answer, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, Mark. T-Bay. That's what I mean, not Tenby. Tenby's in Wales. I'm an idiot. Was it a horse, Tenby, as well? Tim Mundy, isn't it? Was it hotly tipped to the Derby one year? Tenby. No. Question 9, ladies and gentlemen, is on TV and radio and adverts. Which DJ has been the voice of the Now That's What I Call Music albums since 1985, appearing in their promotional material? A well-known radio DJ who has been the voice of the Now That's What I Call Music series of albums since 1985 to the present day. Who is that DJ? Roger knows. Roger's a man who knows his service station. Some service stations share an operator. Another one of those. Same time tomorrow. Look, a disgraced butcher in this hat. Is everyone okay with anything? I was okay then, but Roger. Oh, like proper built on. What's it called? What's the? I was about to ask what the South African built on was, but that's built on, isn't it? Yeah. No, don't worry, John. Don't worry, John. I'm a powerful, sturdy man. That won't be happening. Question 10 is on food and what is wrong with people. Thankfully, now withdrawn from sale due to being an absolutely ludicrous concept. What was the name of the social media-inspired bird's eye product in the shape of a well-known keyboard symbol, which is basically an incomplete potato waffle? It was a punning name on a well-known keyboard symbol used on social media and made by Bird's Eye in an attempt to break into that market of idiots who are allowed to buy their own potatoes. What were they called? What's it called? An octothorpe, isn't it? An octothorpe is the name of the symbol. Bird's Eye product based around a keyboard symbol popular in social media. Basically, an incomplete potato waffle for more than the equivalent number of potato waffles would cost. I will repeat the DJ one, Claire. That was question 9, which is which DJ has been the voice of the now music albums, and now that's what I call music albums, since 1985 in their promotional material. And that, David, is some excellent racing knowledge. However, you can have a point in our own little. But Dave and I, I'll just tell people who don't know this, Dave and I have a bet with each other, 50p bet as to which one of us is going to cark it first. I'm not see. I haven't been drinking very much at all, but I have been eating, as you can probably see. So I think we're level. I think we're evens, Dave. Question 11. Question 11 is on science, ladies and gentlemen. Science and the subaquatic pedo hunter Elon Musk and his wife Grimes have had a baby, which, because neither Elon nor Grimes are absolutely fucking crackers, has been given a name. What is the name of the new baby of Elon Musk and his lovely wife Grimes? They have a baby. What's it called? It's new. It's really not a name. And it's so much not a name. Is the stream behaving for everyone? Question 12. Oh, Jesus. Question 12. Who's the bastard in the hat? 3. Well, 12 is on sport, and the sport is the best sport, which is Test match cricket, of course, ladies and gentlemen. The Ashes, the ultimate battle between good and evil, of course. The Australians, the current holders, but the most recent series was drawn, ladies and gentlemen. In what year did the Australians last win an Ashes series on English soil? So, what year did the Australian cricket team last beat the English cricket team in an Ashes series on English soil? With the must baby question, I'm going to allow some sort of leeway. It is a ridiculous name. Question 13 is on geography, ladies and gentlemen. There are 3 countries in the world which have unique starting letters in their name. They're the only countries that begin with that letter. Okay? 2 of them border each other. Not important, but true. And the other one isn't that far away. Which 3 countries are those that have a unique starting letter? You only need to give me 2. So give me 2 of the 3 countries that have a unique first letter. I can repeat 13, Claire. So there are 3 countries in the world which have a unique first letter. So they're the only country that begins with that letter. Name 2 of them, please. That's all you need to do. And 2 of them border each other, and the other one's not far away. So 3 different letters, obviously. Otherwise that wouldn't work, would it? Good. Question 14 is on films and literature, ladies and gentlemen. Which smash hit film of 2016, which I have seen and which I did not enjoy, was based on a novel of the same name by Paula Hawkins? No relation to the late Screaming Jay. Ignore that. The smash hit film of 2016, massive hit film of 2016, was based on a novel of the same name by Paula Hawkins. What film and novel is that? No problem, Claire. That's better. That's not better, that's worse. Sorry, it's a bit of adjustment. At question 15, ladies and gentlemen, your Macy has a special guest presenter. Hello, Roy. Roy Stockdale, ladies and gentlemen. Back. No, I can't say that anymore because it's true. Stephanie, what you've done there is just give people the answer, because that's the answer. So, please could you repeat the question to which I have the answer? See, Screaming Jay Hawkins is best known for, in this country, isn't he, for his version of Heart Attack and Vine that was on the Levi's advert. Oh. I am an idiot. Remember then when I was mocking Stephanie for being an idiot? It is in fact I who am the idiot. So everyone pile in, ladies and please call me an idiot. I only want the word idiot to appear. Yes, I can understand that. I now see that. Yes, I understand that now. 3 point for everyone. I'm under a lot of pressure. I've got a lot. I'm a very busy man. I'm an idiot. Name a film about a girl and a train. Oh, it's T.O. We got an Itio as well. I bet Lewis pops along in a minute. Lewis. Anyway, sorry. Question 15, ladies and gentlemen. As you may have seen, Roy's here, ladies and gentlemen, and Roy's here because it's the 75th anniversary of VE Day on Friday, and Roy would have been delighted. After all, he suffered during the war, ladies and gentlemen, specifically by being limited how much butter his mum was allowed to use for a few months in the early 50s. No one had it harder than Roy. However, of course, VJ Day, probably the real end of the war. In which month did VJ Day occur, victory over Japan? When did that occur? Not May, like V Day, but in which month? Stop, right, you can stop mocking me now. Unless you've ordered all of them right except one. Hmm? Right, ladies and gentlemen, that's 10 answers, okay? You've got a few minutes to come up with. According to YouGov, this is a YouGov poll, okay? And all I need is the 10 best known soft drinks brands, so non-alcoholic beverages brands in the UK. I'll tell you now that, well, obviously Coke is one of them, okay? But Diet Coke, Cherry Coke, all that all counts as Coke, okay? That's one answer. So if you put Diet Coke, I'm going to mark that wrong, okay? It's all like the brand under which it's named. So all the variants of a certain drink is the brand name. The next 10 answers, okay? Put them in any order. We get a point for each one you get right, okay? The top 10 best known non-alcoholic drinks brands. No, not biscuits. I forgot to change the biscuits. Oh dear, this is slipshod, isn't it? I mean, to be fair, if someone had told me at the end of February that I was going to be locked in a house for however long, I'm not locked. I can leave the house. I can, but so, and the worst thing that I will have done is to have messed up a quiz sheet a bit. So it's drinks brands, not biscuits. Drinks, okay? Sorry. I'm going to have a look at your answers now. No, you can't do biscuits because we did biscuits last week, Claire, and I forgot to change it. I'm sorry. I'm a fool. Any soft drink, any non-alcoholic drink. Okay, thank you, Dave. Not specifying, just brands, just non-alcoholic drinks brands. That's all it is. That's all the info you're getting. It's we're not looking for the brand name as such, but like I said, Coke and Diet Coke will count under the same aegis. Okay, so all drinks, Coke drinks, are under that. Okay, Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, all that is Coke. That's one answer. Okay, it can enjoy brands of tea, coffee, or water if you wish, Mickey. Just non-alcoholic drinks. On the countries one, if you give me too many answers and one of them is wrong, you're getting marked wrong. I'll tell you that now. Okay, you had enough time for that. Let's get on to question 26, ladies and gentlemen, which is on TV. By what name is the fictional owner of The Android's Dungeon and Baseball Card Shop better known on television? The Android's Dungeon and Baseball Card Shop is better known by what name on television? A fictional man in a fictional shop. The Android's Dungeon and Baseball Card Shop, ladies and gentlemen. What's the name? But what name is the man who owns that shop? The cricket question, Andy, was in what year Australian cricket team last won an Ashes series in this country? They only drew the one last year. Right, let me be clear about this brand question. Coke and Pepsi are two separate answers, okay? So cola is not an acceptable answer. It is the brand names, but not with the specific lines within that brand name, okay? Tannoy is a brand name. Good. Thank you, Tom. The team who put all their answers in one space, please don't do that. This is 16 to 25. You need one in each space, okay? So I'm going to mark that wrong, and you can edit it now. So you need one in 16, one in 17, one in 18, one in 19, okay? All the way to 25, okay? So if you put all your answers in one answer space for question 16, put them in the separate ones, okay? It's all right, Laura. Don't worry. I'm a patient man. I'm not a patient. Good answer. Jesus, Chris. I might have known. Question 27, ladies and gentlemen, is on dieting in the T9 predictive text era. Ladies and gentlemen, I recently attempted to point out to my mother during one of our frequent lockdown chats that whilst sneezing once is unfortunate, doesn't necessarily indicate that I have the bubonic plague or any such. And it was, in fact, a curable illness. Ladies and gentlemen, a curable illness. Sadly, I was using an old Nokia. Instead of the word curable, it corrected using the T9 predictive text system to which foodstuff, which, to be honest, by the looks of me, is more likely to be a cause of ill health. Which foodstuff, ladies and gentlemen, is a T9 predictive text alternative to the word curable? 26, Mark, was by what name is the fictional owner of the Android's Dungeon and Baseball Card Shop, better known on TV? The fictional owner of the fictional shop, the Android's Dungeon and Baseball Card Shop, better known by what name? No problem, Mark. Uh, which number was it, Tom? Or which? It's question 10, and it was a social media inspired brand launched by Birdseye, with basically the shape of a well known keyboard symbol, which was an incomplete potato waffle, really. It had a terrible pun in its name. What was they? Question 28 is on words and tripartite putridness. Ladies and gentlemen, which word can either be a putrid sweet liqueur, a putrid acid jazz band, or a putrid fashion designer known for occasional anti-Semitic outburst? What word can either be the name of a horrible sweet liqueur, the name of a horrible acid jazz band, or the name of a horrible fashion designer, surname, known for his occasional anti-Semitic outburst, which cost him his job at Christian Dior, I think. No, Givenchy. It cost me his job at Givenchy, yeah. Who was that person? What is that word? Either a horrible sweet liqueur, a horrible acid jazz band, or a horrible fashion designer. What word can that be? Question 29. The gentleman is on computer games of yesteryear. What was the name, ladies and gentlemen, of the military-themed action game made by Sensible Software? It also made Sensible Software, and it bears a slight sort of resemblance to it. Released in 1993 in the Commodore Amiga, and the next year on consoles, which was controversial at the time for using a poppy in its advertising. What was the name of that game? Brilliant game. A military-themed action game made by Sensible Software, graphically similar to Sensible Soccer. In fact, there was a crossover of the two, in which the ball was replaced by a grenade. Ignore that. Released in 1993 on the Commodore Amiga, the next year on consoles, the Mega Drive and the SNES, and it was controversial at the time for the use of a poppy in its advertising. Which game is that? Question 28, Laura, was one word which can either mean, is either the name of a horrible sweet liqueur, the name of an acid jazz band, or the surname of a fashion designer who had lost his job, I think at Givenchy, for an anti-Semitic outburst. What name is that? Um, okay. Question 30. Now, if you look at your answer sheets, ladies and gentlemen, look at your answer sheets, you will find there is a picture attached, and the picture is the Wikipedia section on a footballer's career. So all you need to do is tell me which footballer that refers to. Very straightforward. So the picture there, the details of a footballer's career, the clubs and so on. All you need to do is tell me which footballer that relates to. That's question 30. I'm all right for frosty. No, I've never had frosty japs, actually, Claire. And well, I know of it. I suspect it to be putrid, but no. My university drink of choice of that sort would Well, I just drink port. To be honest, I drink quite a lot of port. Because it was like £7, and you basically got a proper bottle, and it was stronger than wine. Also started to suffer horribly from gout and put on about 5 stone in a year. But I enjoyed myself, and that's what matters. I don't think I drank brew. No, I just see cider's disgusting. I can't. It's a horrible drink. Anyone who I do judge people who enjoy it a little bit. Not as much as I judge people who like the Rocky Horror Show, obviously, but I do judge you a bit for enjoying cider too much. Question 31. The hat is on. Aidan Gillen, ladies and gentlemen, Aidan Gillen and Richard Madden, both of whom appeared in Game of Thrones as Peter Baelish and Robb Stark was Richard Madden, was he? Yeah. They both played the same person, John Reed, ladies and gentlemen, in 2 films released in consecutive years, both directed in part by Dexter Fletcher. Name either of these films. So Aidan Gillen and Richard Madden played the same real-life person, John Reed, not the former Home Secretary, or was in 2 films directed by Dexter Fletcher in some part in 2018 and 2019. Name either of those films. The real-life person, John Reed. Wasn't John Reed also the vocalist on Push the Feeling On by the Nightcrawlers? You know, that really terrible one, which he's basically club singing. It went like that. Some singing there, that won't happen often. Good, Ross. Anyone who wants to amuse themselves and doesn't know this already, the answer to question 30, you can see his managerial career there. Look at what he was wearing when he took on one of these, I think his first managerial position. It's a great outfit. It's multi-purpose. Question 32, ladies and gentlemen, is on geography and words, I suppose. Which adjective would you apply to the name of the country whose capital city is Brazzaville? To get the name of the country whose capital city is Kinshasa. So you add a word, ladies and gentlemen, it's an adjective, to the country which has its capital at Brazzaville, and you get the name of the country which has its capital at Kinshasa. What word is added? Well, bloody Nightcrawler's song in my head now. Partly your fault, Ross. Although our thinking of that did overlap. It really is a terrible song. He was a sort of slightly slimy character, wasn't he? Right. So there's the name of a country. At the films, either of the films, the character is John Reed. Okay, played by both those people. But he appeared in two different films played by different people. Okay, the same real life person. Both the films directed by Dexter Fletcher. So either of the film titles. Question 32 again. So the name of a country, the capital city is Brazzaville, and you add a word to the name of that country to get the name of the country whose capital city is Kinshasa. Which word do you add? Question 33. Which prime minister fits into this list of people? Okay, which prime minister is missing from the following list of people? Jeremy Dyson, David Frost, Chris Tarrant, Sigmund Freud, H.G. Wells, Kenneth Williams, and Brian Clough. So, which prime minister fits into that group of people? Jeremy Dyson, David Frost, Chris Tarrant, Sigmund Freud, H.G. Wells, Kenneth Williams, and Brian Clough. British prime minister fits in to that list of people. Which prime minister? I can tell you now, Claire, the answer is not what the fuck. Very straightforward. I imagine there'll be 5 or 6 right answers. Chris, I expected nothing more. And do not start doing the music questions. If you do the music questions, I can do the marking live, okay? I'm doing it live. If any music answers appear here, I'm just going to mark them wrong, okay? So if you have written one, maybe delete it now. I don't need to, John. I'm in control of that aspect of my life. It's important to be in control of one aspect of your life. Question 34 is on geographical links. What links Bruce Springsteen with Boris Johnson and Winston Churchill? Which 4 words link Bruce Springsteen with Boris Johnson and Winston Churchill? Come on, John, you're better than this. You were better than this, John Knight. Yeah. Question 35, ladies and gentlemen, is on shops. Which chain of shops, ladies and gentlemen, which has a presence in York, was started in 1982 by Tim, whose surname is the name of the shop, and now has 283 stores nationwide, having subsumed rival companies Foyles and Ottercars along the way, and to the best of my knowledge, has only seen one person doing this quiz catapulted into its front window after a slipshod piggybacking attempt in 1998. So a chain of shops, ladies and gentlemen, in this country, started by Tim, whose surname is the name of the shop, in 1982, and now has 283 stores nationwide, having eaten up rival companies Foyles and Ottercars on the way, and into which window one person doing this quiz was unfairly catapulted in a poorly executed piggybacking attempt in 1998. Which shop is that? Well done, Dave. No, I'm fairly sure it's 1998. I know it was on the way from University of London Union to the Ramsey rip-off off-license, which was beguilingly open at such times. What was that drink? Is it King's Lager that was 4 cans for like 49 pence? Yeah, no, Anna Foss drinking Merrydown. Disgraceful. Thought you were better than that. Question 36 is on things, names of things, ladies and gentlemen, and the sort of thing that I will have told you about 5,000 times in the course of my life. Some of you who are taking part of the quiz may have noticed that my beard has taken control of my entire face and body to the point where it perhaps is less facial hair and more Elizabethan rough collar. Which road name, of which there is one in York, there's one in Manchester, there's definitely one in London, very famously, very probably other places too, takes its name from the correct term for this collar and the supporting device used to hold it in place. So a road name, which there is one in York and Manchester and London, takes its name from the Elizabethan rough collar or the device used to hold it in place. What name is that? Superbum or Superbum, if you prefer. Oh, is that what it was called? I don't know. Yes, of course. Would you please take your alcohol home in a black plastic bag? That's what they did. I remember. I now remember. I was very frequently absolutely hammered when I went into that shop, in my defense. Question 37. is on art, and my favourite kind of art, which is practical art. A cow, a deer, two children holding hands, a snowflake, all appear in Margaret Calvert's designs of what specific things? A cow, a deer, two children holding hands, a snowflake, many other things, all appear in Margaret Calvert's designs of what items? You can save your answers as you go, but what happens is, let me let you into a secret here. It's the name of a street, sorry, that takes its name from that colour. Martin, sorry. Claire, your answers automatically save. So every time you move to a different answer box or something like that, that answer is submitted to me. Okay. If you change it, so I can mark it right or wrong as it comes in. If you change it, that will be erased, and I can mark it right or wrong again. You don't need to save anything just yet. Okay. I remember they also had it in that shop. They had what's it called? Dragon Stout. Um, and they had unrefrigerated White Russians in cans, just on shelves, just ugh, putrid, and very reasonably priced. Question 38 is on sport. Difficult sports question, but good. One of the five men, ladies and gentlemen, who've beaten Muhammad Ali. There are five people who beat Ali, and one of them, ladies and gentlemen, has a son who is the only person ever to win three consecutive Super Bowls. They have the same name other than senior and junior. What is that name? So one of the five men to have beaten Muhammad Ali in a fight, officially licensed, has a son who is the only man to have won three consecutive Super Bowls. Not with the same team. They have the same name other than senior and junior. What is that name? I don't know if the Ramsey ripoff is. I can't still be there, can it? It was like some reasonably good real estate, wasn't it, for an off license of that nature? I remember, and you'd often see Graham Brown trotting off. That's enough reminiscing for now. Question 39 is on Latin and the news. And not, as you might think, linked to the Latin word for man. What word is derived from very much in the news at the moment, is derived from the Latin word for swamp or mess, ladies and gentlemen. Very much in the news at the moment, and not, as you might think, derived from the Latin word for man, but in fact derived from the Latin word for swamp or mess, a word that does not have a plural. What word is that in English? It's the English word that derives from the Latin for swamp or mess, and is not fact derived from the Latin word for man, although you may think it is to look at it. What word is that? And question 40, ladies and gentlemen, the last question this round is on music. Which word of 5 letters or more, one word, 5 letters or more, has appeared in the title of hit singles by all of the following artists? So one word, 5 letters or more, appeared in the title of hit singles by Take That, by Barry White, by the Manic Street Preachers, by Wham, by the Kaiser Chiefs, by Sparks, and by the Arcade Fire. One word, 5 letters or more, has appeared in the title of hit singles by Take That, Barry White, The Manics, Before the Gods That Made the Gods Were Born. 4. Wham, The Kaiser Chiefs, Sparks, and Arcade Fire. Which word is that? Okay. The next 20 questions are your music round, okay? You'll see there were little music clips on your answer sheet embedded into the questions, okay? So all the odd numbered questions. If it says music question artist, need the artist. In the next space, need the song title, okay? So the artists, all the artists go in the odd number, that's the one with the actual clip attached. The next one is the song title, okay? They need to be separate. So artist in the odd numbered ones, song title in the even numbered ones. If you write them both in the same box, it's going to be marked wrong, okay? So artist in the odd numbered box, song title in the even numbered box. That is the next 20 questions, okay, on your sheet, okay? So 41 to 60, okay, on your answer sheet. Artist in the odd numbered ones with the clip in it, the music clip in it. Title in the one that follows. Do not, whatever you do, fill in 61, 62, or 63, okay? And certainly do not do anything else. So just fill in those next 20 spaces. I'm going to give you about 15 minutes to fill those in, okay? Maybe 20, okay? So the artist goes in the odd numbered ones, the song title and the even numbered ones. If you put them both in the same box, you're going to get no points. And it makes my life twice as hard. So don't do it. Lovely stuff. If anyone needs anything repeating or they're unsure of something, please write it in the chat here, okay? I'm meant to be doing some marking. To the team who's put all the people who beat Ali in the answer space, I don't need that. I just need the one whose son plays American football, who's won 3 Super Bowls, okay? I don't need all the list. I don't need the whole list of things. So that's going to be marked wrong, but feel free to change it. Sorry, Ian. Just going to tell you this one more time. Artist goes in the odd numbered ones. Song title goes in the even numbered ones. So if you've just answered questions 51 and 52 and you've got them in the wrong order, change it. No, you've done it wrong again as well. Okay? Change it. Otherwise it's number marked wrong. Has the stream been all right, by the way? You've got 10 minutes, by the way. You've got 10 minutes. Does anyone need any questions repeating? I'm not going to say who it is, but someone has upset me with one of their answers in this music round. Really, really upset. Okay, 5 minutes. It's not you, Leo. It wasn't Chris either. Question one again, Claire. This is just for Claire. Question one was the former BBC news journalist who's now the political editor at ITN, who presents his own politics show that's just his name, his surname. Used to be his surname on Sunday, but now it's just his surname. He's got a really annoying voice and manner. Artist in odd numbers, titles in even numbers. Sweet fucking Jesus. I don't understand how you've only just found the answer sheet, Mark, I'll be honest. Okay, 2 minutes to do that, but then we got the pointless question, which can give you a bit of extra time to finish everything up. Okay. Sorry, Mark. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. We're now going to play the final 3 questions, which is a game of pointless. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do that. Okay, so you can fill your pointless answers in, go back over anything else you want to, but then at the time this is finished, okay, you have to then do the following. At the end of your answers, when you've finished, click on save, fill in the 3 boxes at the bottom, and click finish. Okay? Not now, but when you've done your pointless answers. Okay? Question 61, 62, and 63, you can either put the same answer 3 times if you think it's a very good answer. You can mix it up. We are looking for the most obscure answers. So I gave 100 of my friends 100 seconds to answer a question. Okay? And we're looking for answers that none of them said. And there are a bunch. Okay? So we're looking for this in 61, 62, and 63. So you can finish it off afterwards, okay? I just want to get this done, okay? So you have until 22:14 on my clock, which is 6 minutes, okay? And what we're looking for, 61, 62, and 63, are obscure answers. More obscure the better. For any artist, solo artist or band, who has won the Brit Award for Best British Newcomer. Okay? 61, 62, and 63. Any band that has won the Brit Award for Best British Newcomer. That goes back to 1977. Okay? When there were 2 winners. Band or solo artist, 61, 62, and 63. Finish all your other answers, okay? In the quiz, finish all your other answers. When you've done that, you have to, at the bottom of your answer sheet, click save, put ticks in those 3 boxes, and press finish, okay? You've got until 22:14 to finish all that off now, okay? Go. So the more obscure, the better for 61, 62, and 63. Lovely stuff. The phantom clicking returns. I'm going to give you an extra minute. You can have till 22:15. But the second it turns 22:15, okay, I'm going to make sure you all do that, and then I'm going to close the quiz, okay? So when you finish, click save, tick those 3 boxes and finish. And we have 1 pointless answer. Two pointless answers. Two minutes to finish. Okay, 1 minute now. 1 minute to finish. Click save, tick the 3 boxes, click finish, okay? 22:15 on my clock, which is less than a minute away. Four pointless answers. Five pointless answers. You can change it, Mark. You can change it. Yeah, so save, tick the boxes, and finish. Sorry if I keep saying that, but okay, your time's up. I'm going to give you 30 more seconds now, but just to finish off, okay? And then I'm going to finish the quiz. So 30 seconds. If you're not finished in 30 seconds, you aren't going to get marked. Okay? Right, that's it. I'm finishing the quiz. In 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1, and go. Finished. Lovely stuff. Here, ladies and gentlemen, are your answers. Question number 1. The TV presenter there is Robert Peston. Question 2. The snooker player, the local sounding surname is Mark Selby. 3. The comedian who did 24 Hour Dude is Mark Watson. 4. They're the best friend and girlfriend of Ferris Bueller. Question 5. Hydrogen is what the H stands for. Question 6. It's lawn sausage, which for a long time I thought was actually lawn, like a garden lawn, but isn't. Question 7. Stockard Channing, of course, played a pink lady in Greece. The Mormon basketball is the Utah Jazz. Japanese camera company's Fujifilm. Buzz Bingo's the new name for Gala Bingo. The children's comic was Pippin. The precious stone is the topaz. The district of Leeds, birthplace of Ernie Wise, is Bramley. You would forge old ladies, of course. Well, that would be done by Granny Smith and Boris Johnson and Piers Morgan on Cox. Of course, they're all types of apple, ladies and gentlemen, types of apple. Question 8, the A23 goes that way to Brighton. Question 9, the DJ is Mark Goodyear. Question 10, mash tags. Ladies and gentlemen, was the name of the thing. Mash tags. Absolutely irate. Question 11, the baby is called A diphthong, dash 12, or maybe minus 12. I don't know. That's the name of that child. XAA dash minus 12. Question 12, 2001 was the last Australian win over England on English soil. Question 13, the countries are Yemen, Qatar, and Oman. Question 14, it's the girl on the train, amazingly. Question 15, VJ Day being August. Question 16, according to you, of the best known brands are as follows: Coke, Pepsi, Schweppes, PG Tips, Fanta, Nescafe, 7-Up, Sprite, Red Bull, and Lucozade. Those are the 10 answers. Any order is fine. You get a point for each of those. Question 26. The Android's Dungeon and Baseball card shop, the worst question ever, is run by the comic book guy, Jeffrey Albertson, something like that. 27. Curable would correct a cupcake. Ladies and gentlemen, cupcake. Question 28. The word that can be all of those things, liqueur, acid jazz band, or a designer, is Galliano. John Galliano, the designer. 29. Cannon fodder was the game there. Cannon fodder. Question 30. That is the football career of Brian Robson, who, when he became manager of Middlesbrough, turned up in like shorts, socks, but a suit jacket and tie. It's amazing. 31. Aidan Gillen played John Reed in Bohemian Rhapsody, and Richard Madden played John Reed in Rocket Man. So either Bohemian Rhapsody or Rocket Man is fine. 32. Democratic. So Brazzaville, the Republic of Congo, Kinshasa, the Democratic Republic of Congo, 2 different countries. Dr. Congo, Andrew, your favourite band. 33. Jeremy Dyson in The League of Gentlemen's Apocalypse. David Frost in Frost Nixon. Chris Tarrant in Quiz. Sigmund Freud in Can't Remember. H.G. Wells in Versus the World of the Worlds. Kenneth Williams in Kenneth Williams' Diary. And Brian Clough in The Damned United. All been played by Michael Sheen. So the politician is Tony Blair, ladies and gentlemen, in State of Play and those things. The Deal, not State of Play. 34. Bruce Springsteen, Boris Johnson, and Winston Churchill, born in the USA. Those are their 4 words. 35, the shops are Waterstones. 36, the road name is Piccadilly. Piccadilly is another name for that collar. 37, the Margaret Calvert, featuring a cow, a deer, 2 children holding hands, and a snowflake, all appear on road signs. She designed the road signs. Question 38, Ken Norton Ken Norton Sr., Ken Norton Jr. $39, ladies and gentlemen. The Latin word for swamp or mess is virus. Virus. And 40, the word is everything. Everything changes by Take That, My First, My Last, My Everything by Barry White. Everything Must Go by the Manics. Everything She Wants by Wham. Everything is average nowadays. Right, the Kaiser Chiefs somewhat hypocritically. Something for the Girl with Everything by Sparks. Tune. And Everything Now by the Arcade Fire. On to the music. Number one was Keep the Customer Satisfied by Simon and Garfunkel. Second one was Give a Little Love by the Bay City Rollers. Third one was Love Changes Everything by Climby Fisher. Now, here was a story that's never been told. 5, are we up to 6? I don't know. The next one was It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube. Fifth one was Up by the Saturdays. Sixth one was Mason Williams with Classical Gas. Next one was Led Zeppelin with Immigrant Song. The next one was Pixies, and not, as somebody put, Paloma Faith. Pixies with Gigantic. The next one was Space with Me and You versus the World. And the final one was James Bay with Let It Go. The Apps who won the Best British Newcomer at the Brit Awards are as follows: Graham Parker and the Rumour, Julie Covington, Yazoo, Go West, the House Martins, Betty Boo, Beverly Craven, the Stereo MCs, A1, and Catfish and the Bottlemen. Okay. I will just very quickly now give you the link to the leaderboard. In fact, I'll give you the results first. In equal third place, ladies and gentlemen, with 42, are the Garnstaple Otters, the Chords, and Rupert is potentially on time. In second place is Ali Smells. And in first place, 6 points clear with 49 of Gibraltar CID. So well done, those people. Steph, you're right. I'm sorry, I'm a complete idiot. So give yourself another point for that if you wish. I will stick the leaderboard into the chat now. Or in a minute. And yes, you're right. It does go much more quickly when people aren't. I'm doing this. Aren't making the fuss. Or just telling me I get things wrong when I get them wrong. Sorry, Steph. I apologise. The answer that offended me was someone thinking that the voice of Kim Deal was the voice of Paloma Faith. Thank you for calling me an idiot again, Dave, though. I appreciate that. You can't see the leaderboard, Claire, because I haven't actually copied it in yet. But it's in the chat that I haven't added you to. Other than that, doing a great job, Tom, getting things wrong and that sort of thing. One second. And I've just been promised some free cake. Yes, thank you, Claire. That would be lovely. Another Claire. All the Claires here. Thank you, everyone, for taking part. I've copied the thing into the chat. And so on. And I'm delighted that everyone enjoyed the delicious sausages. Thank you all for taking part. I'm dead out, so I'm going to have a little, I won't turn the light off and so on. Thank you all for taking part. Another quiz, same time next week. And all the details will appear in the chat. Bring a friend, invite as many people as you wish. Thank you all. Bye bye.